Hello creative friends, this is Joy. This week I've been working on creating a junk journal. I've seen quite a few different videos online about people creating junk journals, but the best one I've seen yet, and that really inspired me to finally give this a try, is one that Shannon Green just recently put out. So I will put a link to her video down below, and I'm not going to go through like showing you how to put it together because hers does the best job at explaining how to put it together and what things to include and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to show you the one that I put together. The one she put together is I think about the same size, but is like, you know, much thinner. And I started going through my stash of junk mail and things that I had been, you know, saving, and realized I had an awful lot of junk mail and things that I had been, you know, saving. And by the time I got it all put together in signatures and put into a book, it ended up being like, I think it's probably the most biggest junk journal anybody ever created. I've got 5 signatures in here, and there's a lot of junk in here, a lot of junk mail. So I just wanted to kind of do a real quick flip through. I'm obviously going to be like, you know, putting gesso on the pages and trying to put some color on here, but before I did that, I wanted to show, you know, some of what I had done so far. And I did put some gesso on this first page because it had like a shiny finish to it, and I just was testing to see if I gessoed that, will the gesso stick to it and hold, or will it start peeling and flaking off? Do I need to sand it? I don't know. I've never done this before, so that's what I ended up doing, is just gessoing over this first page to see if it would actually stick or not. And I guess it seems like it's sticking, so I don't know if, you know, I need to do any sanding on any of the shiny pages. I guess if the gesso is going to stay, then it should be fine. But this first signature is a portfolio that I got my checks in, so I don't know why I saved it, but I thought it might be good for something, and so that's what that is. And a lot of this is just junk, and like this was a book. I've got pages from several like pamphlet books that I had, and I guess I thought I'd do something with them someday, so I kind of separated them out and stuck them in here. I've got, you know, advertisement, I've got envelopes. Now when I put my envelopes in here, I just kind of put the flap in the crease and then sewed through that, so they were kind of sewed in kind of sideways. And when I went to put something in them, I realized that it's going to be really hard to slip stuff in and out. So I ended up just shaving off a tiny bit of the bottom, and then, I mean, stuff like, I think this was a packaging for some kind of embellishments that I got, some kind of advertising mailing thing, and then of course scraps from other projects I just happened to have laying around, you know, that I stuck in there in the envelopes. Papers, this one here is like, you know, something I printed off that I just didn't need anymore. This is from some Rub-On's packaging, Rub-On transfer packaging that I had saved. I ended up getting in the mail some envelopes and some cards, and I thought, well, I'll stick them in here. There was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 cards with the envelopes that kind of matched that were really cute. So I stuck them in here, and again, more just, you know, advertising and pieces of scrap from other projects that I thought, you know, I'll stick that in there too. This here was some kind of advertising that was too long, so I put it in there and kind of folded it over to match the rest of the pages. Again, some printouts. This was some kind of pamphlet from church service. I stuck that in there. This is one of those cards, or envelopes to one of those cards that I got. So I stuck that in there, and packaging, some kind of advertising, scraps. So, yeah, like I said, I think this is probably like the biggest junk journal. And, oh, this I thought was cute. You know, it had the little penguins, it was some advertising, and then the other side kind of flipped out. This was a booklet of Skechers shoes, and this is one of them where I was saying the pages are kind of shiny. I'm not sure what to do with that. You know, like I said, if I need to sand it before I gesso it or what, but I don't know. We'll see, because, I mean, obviously, well, it's just a junk journal, and I don't think, you know, even if, I guess, it doesn't stay, I mean, it's just for playing around in anyway, so I don't know that it matters. More packaging, and then this is a flap to the other side of one of the envelopes. Another envelope, this was some kind of something, a little booklet. Simon Upholstery, I don't know. It might have come with our bed. We purchased a new bed at the beginning of last year. Again, another one of those pages that was too long. I just folded it over. Another envelope with some stuff in it. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the journal that I ended up putting together, and it's just packed plumb full. I think I counted that there's probably about 30 pages, 25 to 30, give or take, pages to each signature, and of course you multiply that by 2 because you got like 2 sides. This is, I don't know, this was some kind of flyer thing, newspaper, packaging for some stickers, more packaging. But anyway, you can, you know, figure that up, and it ends up being quite a bit of pages. I'll be like working in this journal for a very long time, I'm sure. But, you know, the purpose of, you know, a junk journal is to use the kind of junk you got, to have fun, and, you know, it's not like, you know, we're creating masterpieces or whatever. One thing Shannon did was anytime there was a perforation, she like pulled it out, or separated it. I just left it. I mean, I can washi tape it or something if I'm really that concerned about it coming apart later, but I don't know. I mean, if you just gesso over it, I'm assuming it might hold, maybe not. But I figure I'll worry about that later on. More envelopes and more flyers and packaging. Scraps, leftover scraps, and pages from advertising, and yeah, this thing is just, like I said, filled plumb full. So, and you know, I didn't really get like every page right side up. I don't know if it's really important or not, because I assumed eventually all the pages would be gessoed over and, you know, covered with something. I mean, you know, some of it might be cute to leave, like if that was right side up, that might be cute to kind of leave on the page and then do something around it, but I'm not too concerned about it, I guess. But most of them, I think I did get them going the same way, so that's really a matter of preference. This is some old calendar. I don't know why I was saving it, but it's from 2013. I figured I'd gesso over that and do something with that, you know, too. And this was some kind of like business card, but I can do something with that. I can either separate it and make a couple of, that might be a good idea, separate it because it's perforated, and do like two little things. I don't know, we'll see. This was a cover to one of those pamphlets that I took apart and stuck the pages in here from. Some more advertising. Some of them, you know, are flips and stuff. An envelope from Oh, Kay Jewelers. I mean, it's kind of like a bank envelope, but, you know. I guess you could use those too, you know, if you have any extra bank envelopes or whatever. That would be kind of good to put in here. But I wanted to show you guys my flip, a quick flip. What is that? Oh yeah. Through the this junk journal I created, and I'm going to do some gessoing and maybe just play around with some of the pages. Oh, see, now that would have been cute if it was right side up, to just leave it like it is, you know, but now it's upside down, so oh well. So, I mean, you know, like, I guess I should have paid more attention to some of this stuff I was putting in here, to whether I had it one way or the other, and I just threw it together. I wasn't all that concerned about it at the time. I thought, well, it's a junk journal. It's just going to end up, you know, being covered up and, you know, colored over. And I think we're getting to the end. Like I said, lots and lots and lots of stuff. Goodies. Or another little advertising pamphlet and another advertising Sketcher shoes. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm going to, that's pretty. I think I'll leave that like that. That's pretty. I think I'm going to, like I said, gesso some of these pages and kind of, you know, try to do some stuff on them. Even these little flaps that are peeking through on the other side from envelopes that are sewed in. I was thinking, I mean, that could be gessoed over and like a little kind of like, you know, doodle or something, you know, would be cute, you know, but yeah, just wanted to show you that scrap left over. Show you my junk journal. So I'm going to do some gessoing on the pages, do some coloring. I kind of like to, you know, I don't know, it probably take me a long time, but I'm going to attempt to try to just put a little bit of gesso on all the pages and then some color to start with. The cover, I just took a big piece of cardboard that I had and cut it down to size to where I thought it would fit. And I'm thinking about doing some collaging on the cover and, you know, just do, I don't know what yet, but I'll figure that out later too. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to do some like collaging and then, you know, painting and coloring and stamping and, you know, some kind of mixed media on the cover. But like I said, I will try to film some of it as I go, and so you guys can see some of, you know, what I do with this. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.